Kozuki Oden was a vagabond, a rascal disowned by his father Sukiyaki for being too unruly, too wild. Though his life was defined by turbulence from start to finish, there is nobody in One Piece who has led a more fruitful, more fulfilling life than Kozuki Oden himself, the man with a heart of gold. There are few characters in One Piece, and let's face it, in fiction, who are as lovable and charismatic as Oden. And the characters knew it too. Every word uttered by Momonosuke, Kinemon, Laizo, and the rest of the retainers about the former daimyo of Wano was unending praise and admiration. Yet the great irony is that Oden was the natural-born leader that had no desire to lead. Even with his ragtag bunch of loyal retainers and a country of people that admired him, being a daimyo, a ruler, was never his true calling. For despite being the son of a shogun, Oden desired freedom above all else. He had enough power, both political and physical, but he wished for something more. To sail the vast stretches of the ocean, to see what lay beyond the horizon, beyond the closed borders of Wano. And so he did. He journeyed with Whitebeard and saw the wonders of the world. He traveled with Roger and saw the truth of the world. He understood the vastness of the earth that he walked on and the sea that he sailed. He understood his own insignificance and the knowledge that one day, perhaps, hope, joy, and laughter would grace the world with their presence once again. Upon his return to Wano, a country that he abandoned not once but twice, he saw the damage that had been done in his absence. Furious, he stormed the capital, the desecrated castle that was once home to his father. Met with the political power of a new shogun and the military might of a pirate emperor, Oden was given a choice: wage war against the most fearsome enemies he had ever faced and jeopardize the safety of the people of Wano, or submit. It must be said that had Oden waged war, it would have satisfied his retainers, the citizens of the country he loved so dearly. But Oden was too kind, too unwilling to risk everything. He would sooner debase himself, earn the scorn and derision of his people, than endanger the lives of those who he adored above all else. For the safety of Wano, and the country that he considered his family, he would gladly bow his head down and surrender to his oppressors. Only when his trust was betrayed did he resolve to harden his heart and take a stand against the tyrants of Wano. But ironically, it was family that was his ultimate weakness. He never looked to his retainers to find the traitor hidden in their midst. He did not hesitate to desert battle to save the cunning deceiver posing as his son. He was too kind, too caring, too trusting, for he did not have a heart of steel, but a heart of gold. It must be said that Oden's trial with Whitebeard, and his final trial, his death at the hands of Kaido and Orochi, parallel each other in a lot of ways. With Whitebeard, a hazing, a trial by water, being dragged by the Moby Dick through the dangerous seas of Wano, with the pirate crew watching him and throwing him words of encouragement. With Orochi and Kaido, a death worthy of a criminal, a trial by fire, being boiled alive in a tub of oil while carrying the weight of his legacy on his back, with the people of Wano watching him with hope in their eyes.
俺のことなんか忘れてもらっても構わねえ。俺は一献の酒のおとぎになればよし。
Having seen the truth of the world, it didn't matter to him whether people would laud him as a hero or mock him as a villain. gladly giving up his life to save those of the people that he loved, Oden could greet death with a smile, for he understood that he was just another insignificant speck in the world, that his death meant very little in the grand scheme of things, and paradoxically, but quite understandably, Kozuki Oden became the most legendary figure in the history of Wano. But Oden was right to an extent. He was never meant to be the revolutionary, the conqueror of evil, for his name Kozuki means the shining moon, and moonlight can be hidden by nights as black as ink. Black ink, of course, being the literal translation of the surname of Orochi, Kurozumi. But the night is darkest before the dawn. The 20-year-long nightmare can only be dispelled by a light of a breaking dawn, a herald of the sun. Kozuki Oden is the ideal. Oden is the golden goal to which all those of metal strive towards. But though many attempt to emulate his compassion, his sense of justice, his courage, his strength, even take his name and the freedom that it represents, the beauty of Oden is that none can truly be him. But that doesn't matter. As Toki said to Oden, he would not die, not in the true sense at least, for his spirit would live on in the hearts of his successors, the inheritors of his will, who would one day usher in a new dawn. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. I know this was a different style of video to what I usually do, but I hope you enjoyed it regardless. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on Kozuki Oden, or on One Piece, or Wano in general. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.